Hi guys, and welcome to another video that I will be doing. And today is one of my really basic makeup routine that I use when I'm going to school. Reason being is rather simple, it's quick, it's easy to do, and you don't really have a lot of frills to play with, and you don't really have much as well. So before I get started, I'm just actually going to use concealer, eyeshadow, and a little bit of eyeliner and maybe mascara. And actually mascara, I'm going to play with mascara this time as a guide, yes. And so bear with me as I find a mirror. It's really difficult to get a proper mirror around here. I've got so much makeup but no mirrors. That's the funny thing. I buy makeup without mirrors. But okay, at least I can get a proper view of my face. And so prior to this, before I got my Coastal Scents 22-piece brush set from Coastal Scents itself on their website through a friend that I have in US. I used my Suki 10-piece professional brush set, which was a really weird brush set. It had lots and lots of fallout, and I don't know, talking about fallout and looking at my hair, I don't know why. But yeah, I'm just going to use my Coastal Scents this time around and not my 22-piece brush set. Reason being, it's not just worth it. So I've already primed my skin. My skin is rather oily, so I choose to use a primer if I'm not using a proper oil control foundation or cream. So yeah, that would do really good for me. So I'm using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Concealer in shade number 3 Young. And prior to this, I've already primed my skin with my usual primer from Body Shop that I'm still using for quite some time. I've been using it for about 2 years now. It's really worth using. And I just need a little bit, but I'm gonna go. It comes in a container, just something like that, with a lid and like sort of a stopper inside. If you can see, it's a stopper. It's a stopper and the lid. So it's a screw cap. It's a nice creamy consistency concealer, and you just need quite a bit actually. You don't need a lot. I'm just gonna start from the middle of my face, blending outwards, especially around the eye area. As a concealer, you're not supposed to rub it, but yeah, I'm rubbing it. You're supposed to dab it even, but no point because my dark eye circles are really bad. Maybe the camera can't pick it up, but I can see it when I look in the mirror. So I'm going for the rather close-up view, and I'm brushing it down towards my nose as well. So my nose, and then my eyes, and really blending it out. Pardon me, I'm just trying to get that really even under the skin. You might be wondering why I'm not using any proper foundation before I use this. Reason is because I like to just use concealer. It's faster. So and during periods of the year where my skin is much better, I use just the concealer itself. And yeah, so down the nose, on the forehead as well, around the nose area. I always think that the red parts are around here, but you don't want to cover it. For a guy, you don't want to really cover it. And so yeah, let me just pop that out in the face again. See, you can see the screen. I'm gonna let you see the screen. So you just want to pop that right under the eye, blending it out, and right under the skin as well. And because I wear glasses, so I try to conceal these areas here, like my inner bridge. It's somewhere near my eyes where my nose pads tend to rest and it gets really wet. So you can see it's sort of here. So you just want to put a little bit more product over there if you're wearing glasses. But if not, it's just normal. One thing I like about the Marc Jacobs concealer is that it is really versatile. A little while later, it just blends seamlessly into your skin, which is really nice. And if I did this, got like a glow on my face. Yeah, I'm just playing with it, I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm just gonna quickly pop that up right above the eye as well. At the corners of the eye where it's really dark. I'm gonna blend that down into the eyes and blend it out. If you're wondering whether I have eyeliner or not, I do not have it on my face currently, but I will be putting on later to sort of volumize the effect. And prior to this, when I'm using the Suki brush set, I'm using the large eyeshadow brush because they do not have a concealer brush. And this Coastal Scents concealer brush, you can see it, is a really good brush. It's a synthetic brush, but it's not as synthetic as a, whatever you would call it. But yeah, there you have it. Okay, so that's the concealing. Really, the concealing. I'm using mainly Marc Jacobs products for today's tutorial, and while I'm letting that set before putting another layer on of another concealer from Marc Jacobs, I'm going to use the eyebrow gel. Why is there eyelash here? Okay, never mind, I'm not going to bother about that. I'm just going to pop. And just want to comb it out into the eyebrows to sort of tame it. Gently stroke it and really really sort of give a little bit of structure to your brows. You can see the brows are so much better. Just a little bit weird here, this one. You want to comb upwards instead of downwards or really to the side, because you want to give your brows a lot more definition and shape to it. So it makes sense to just comb upwards, giving your, because I've got hooded lids, so you're giving a little bit more lid space to play with. So that's the Marc Jacobs Invisible Brow Gel. Okay, but if you want, you can pop a little bit of that under the eye as well. Right under the eye. You can see that. And by now, it would have been a bit more dewy and dry. So, I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs, I can't remember what concealer this is. I think I can't remember what's the name of this kind of concealer from Marc Jacobs, but it is in shade number 3, I think. Shade number 1, Rendezvous. It's a lighter shade, so it acts like a highlighter. I'm gonna pop a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And it's just this tiny little bit, if you can see it on the screen. It's a really tiny bit, and with my ring finger, I'm actually just gonna pop it on the edge of my eye, like that, and blend it out under the skin into the under eye as well. I'm focusing a lot on the center of my face, if you realize that. It is to give a lot more definition and shape to the eyes and the face as well. It's creating really a 3D structure. You can see I put a lot on the lighter shade at the end of my eye, really. Not focusing a lot more on the end of the eye than the center of the face, and also at the. This is a really it's a little bit more liquid kind of concealer, I would say. So yeah. Okay, using the same concealer, you want to pop a little bit just under the brow bone. And that will even blend it well into your skin. And see that this portion here is starting to get really wide, but don't worry, because after a while it just blends into the skin as well. That's one thing I like about the Marc Jacobs concealer that they produce. And using the last bit, I'm just going to go down the center of my nose. It's right there, and just blend it out. So I'm giving my nose a little bit of a highlight. Although it says I use really almost nothing actually. So you can see now my face is really flat because it's all white everywhere. Bringing it up a little bit on the top of my forehead because of the colors that I'm using. So I'm going to add a little bit of color to the face, and I am going to use my trusty honey bronzer with my curious dusting and blending brush. And this brush is pretty cool, but it dislodges products, so you might not want to get too close to it. It's going to go down the cheeks and then create a contour line. You can see this sort of button is where you can see there's a line there. So yeah, that's the look that I want. I'm more into contouring than I would used to. So before I got before I got my Coastal Scents, I made do with a lot of this. So it is not really a blush, and I did not really have a blusher brush because I threw mine away from the Suki brush set because it was just so rough and it didn't feel good at all. Bring up into the temples of your face. Just right there. And you can see there's slight color coming into the face. Just want to quickly dust that on the edge of the nose to the center of your nose. And then on the other side as well. And then a little bit onto the socket of your eye. So there you have it. It's a little bit better controlled. So anyways, you just wanna, if you find that your highlight is a little bit too strong, you just wanna dust a little bit of the bronzing powder. It's like a beauty brush if you have a little bit into the parts where you find it's a little bit strong. So yeah, there you have it. Okay, after which I take my Suki brush set, which is really old now. It's about 2-3 years, and I get the Sephora Colorful 5 palette. It's by the one and only Sephora. It's got this thing inside which I have not used at all. sort of like a pad camera brush. You can use it for your brows. Yeah. And I just go in with a lot more in the second shade from the left. You see on the screen, it's the right. From the left, sorry. Second shade from the left. The shade here. The shade here. And it is the coral shade. It's a matte essential. It's the Colorful 5 Essential Matte. I don't think they sell this at Sephora anymore, so you might want to sort of be prepared that you won't find it there. And I'm using my Suki, the size number 2 brush, and just a little bit of the product. Knocking it off, and I go onto the center of the eye, just right there, all around the lip, patting it down instead of swiping, because I doubt the concealer has already really set well. So you can see that it's adding a lot more color and definition to the eye. I'm going back to the palette to get more for the second eye. You don't want to put too much because it's a very pinky shade. Putting too much will sort of make your eye look swollen, especially for Asian eyes. Asian hooded eyes. It makes your eyes look really swollen, which is not the exact. You just want to go up onto your socket line only, you don't want to go higher than that. Okay, looking good. And then after which I will be using the Marc Jacobs, the Marc Jacobs Starcon 3 eyeshadow. I don't know what's the shade that I use, the name of the shade, but it is the Innocent number 116, and it's this brown shade over here. So it's the 1, 2, 3. If you look at the palette like that, it's 1, 2, 3, the third one from the left. I grab a little bit of that, and I actually just go into my socket in soft circular motions with the smallest eyeshadow brush that I have. You can see that it adds a lot more definition to the eye than the other one. It's just a little bit of the product. One thing I like about the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow is that it stays on a lot more, stays on a lot longer than it used to, than it would for the Sephora eyeshadow palette. As you can see, the eyes is sort of, I have rather equal eyes, but somehow every time after I put makeup, my eyes look uneven. So there you have it. Okay, my other eye looks darker, but yeah, it's fine. And then back to my honey bronzer to sort of even up the color with that to the highlight, which I will be doing in a little while. So I'm just going to pop that just in between the brow bone and the socket, where the color is the most vivid. So it looks like I've got dark eye circles about to close my eye, but actually is the definition on the eye, which is really good. And the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow can go away for now. After which, You can see the eyes are so much better looking, but I am going to volumize a lot more on the eyes, popping out a lot more. Going back to the same medium sized brush, I am going to go with Colorful Matte Lazy Afternoon by Sephora. It's a rather light beigey kind of shade from Sephora. I've used this quite a little bit, so you can't really see, you can see the bevel in it. And it's number 65 Lazy Afternoon, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of that under the brow. So just right here. And just onto the center of the nose. Actually, I don't use this brush when I was doing my previous makeup routine. This is not my usual makeup routine now, because I just find that it doesn't really help at all. I will use my QVS brush actually, because it covers a little bit more surface area, so I'm just going to go back with that same brush. QVS Dusting and Blending Brush, the same one that I used for my bronzer, and just head it into, it's just right underneath the eye as well. Stop that. Okay, I sort of still look very natural, like I do not have any makeup on at all, which is the exact look, the no makeup look. Okay, now for the last and final part, I am actually, not last actually, the last two parts, is it? Yeah, the last two parts. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs mascara. Guys, I know this is your worst nightmare if you want to put mascara, but I've got a trick. The trick is to use a clear mascara. What's my clear mascara one? No, it's disappeared. I think I left it in my previous makeup kit bag. Okay, clean mascara one of them. I'm just going to use my previous one. But not much mascara, no? The mascara one that you can get in almost any makeup kit or set or brush or whatever you would call it. And that mascara is, don't have to worry about perking that into your eye. You don't have to worry. Trust me, if you have a proper mirror, you'll be fine. Okay, you just need a little bit of that. And what you want to do is you want to pop it right under your eye. That's it. On the ends of your lids. The surprising thing about this mascara is that it doesn't clump as much as it would for any mascara, but when you first start it off, it will definitely clump. You can see that the eyelash is more, it's generally a little bit heavier. Same thing for the other side as well. There you go. You can see mascara on the eyes. Now, the trick is to let it dry first. Okay, using the clear mascara one, I'm going to quickly push it back, comb it backwards into the eyes without having to touch your roots of the eyes, because that's where all the base of the mascara is, and you want to comb it back downwards. Reason being is to curl a little bit on the lashes so that you don't get the clumping and it wouldn't stick to your bottom lash. So instead of having to curl your lashes and do your mascara, this is one trick. Curl your lashes while your lashes are wet, and once it dries, the curls remains there. But you don't use the eyelash curler after you put your mascara, because it will just like you take all your mascara away. If you want to curl your lashes first before you put mascara. If not, you can just use this trick that I've learned, and it is self-experimented. It's a life hack actually. Just coming back down, and you realize that I don't put mascara on my lower lids, because reason being because my lower lids are really dark, and no matter what kind of black shade I use on my lids, it still look dark because I've got naturally dark lids. Lids. Okay, now to volumize the lashes a little bit more, I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Magic Marc'er Precision Pen, Stilo Polar Use. I think is that how you pronounce it? In Blacquer. I think I don't have a number for this. It's a calligraphic tip pen. Can you see it? It's a calligraphic tip pen. And what you want to do is you just want to put it right there on top of your lashes. So right there. You can see. So I'll just close my eyes. You can see a dark line at the end only. So you don't want to go too far. Just want to go right at the end. Okay. So that's how you volumize your lashes without having to put too much mascara. And at the end of it all, you can end off with a little bit of lip lock by Marc Jacobs. Everything is Marc Jacobs today, so maybe I should just do a Marc Jacobs thing. It's a lip lock with SPF. There you have it. It's not exactly the perfect look for a dinner evening, but it's definitely a sort of a no makeup look. If you think it's still very white, what you can do is pile on a little bit more on your bronzer. And when you prep your skin, make sure you don't use a whitening SPF or whitening primer, so that you don't really get that. When you do that, you might want to darken a lot more on your highlight, on your contour line. So my contour line was just here. You can see it? You can see the line there? Just right here. Which separates the from the so it's sort of like a 3-brand look, which I did, and I'm using only products from 3 brands, not inclusive of brushes that you've used, or maybe inclusive, but there'll be 4. But yeah, 3 brands from that. I wouldn't dare to use more than that. And so there you have it. Very nice look for the ladies, especially if you don't go too harsh on your makeup. So that is all, and oh, I forgot one more thing, which is the contour lines on the nose, but I'll probably do that in the next video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and go be beautiful. Do subscribe and leave your comments down below. The products listings are also in the description box down below. Hope to hear from you guys soon, and thank you so much for your support, if there's any. But yes, do stay tuned as there'll be more reviews and more makeup tutorials coming up soon. Hopefully a little bit more with a guest on the channel or something. And I wish you all the best. Go be beautiful, remain beautiful, stay beautiful, and use your makeup wisely. Why do I always say that to girls who are buying new makeup? Find out more soon as you go along watching some more of my videos. Thank you so much, and bye bye.